Hello Tivvy Team! Today we are going to take a look at 5 tips that you may not have considered yet. And you know what's crazy? I do think you have not seen a couple of these tips before, even though many high-skilled people do consider them to be essential. Alright, the first one. Take control of your time. Set yourself X hours a day. Also on this note, do consider to take breaks, about 20 minutes every 90 minutes. There is some science that goes into the 90-minute thing, apparently very good for mental performance, to give yourself those breaks. Number 2. Enhance pointer precision in the Windows settings. It's as simple as pressing the Windows button and typing mouse. And going to the mouse settings. There you see additional mouse settings to the top right, depending on your Windows edition anyway. In the additional mouse settings, you find in the third tab pointer options. Right on the top below the slider, enhance pointer precision, you want to uncheck that box. That is acceleration and that masks all kinds of flaws that may be there, but it really just masks them without fixing them. Try to turn that off and see how you can play, and if there's still problems, experiment, figure out why you can't play with that disabled. That leads us to the third point. Ignore quests in League of Legends. That's not to say that you have to ignore them. However, be aware that there is this little known thing called loss aversion. By the process of Riot giving you quests to do, essence to gain, and even more juicy things, Riot creates this incentive in your head that you do not want to lose your potential. You don't have to follow those pesky incentives, and even if you do have good reasons to get the quests done, you know, there may be good reasons. Maybe you really want that skin, which is reasonable. At least be aware that you don't have to do the quest all the time. Just be aware that loss aversion is a thing. People really do not like losing things that they had or could be having. By knowing it, you can be more attuned to avoiding doing it needlessly. Which brings us to the next point, which is the sunk cost fallacy. Another little trick that games like League of Legends or many other games do. Some games more blatantly, some games less blatantly. I heard Farmville from Facebook is a very severe offender there. And in League of Legends, maybe you know that feeling. You're playing the game, it's late, you lost the game. You tell yourself, only one more game, I wanna end on a win. And that may be part of your loss aversion, because you don't wanna end with LP lost. On top of that, you had the points before and now you want them back. So that taps into your sense of sunken cost and you want them back. So, you know, if you keep going, maybe you get back your points, right? And you're feeling very bad about points you lost before. You would rather have them back. You haven't been to Diamond before maybe, or to High Diamond, so you don't feel bad about not being High Diamond. But you have been to Gold or something before, so you want to be playing on a low gold level at least. And to be fair, Riot Game's system does somewhat soften the blow by not making you demote when you're already playing in mid of silver. So let's give Riot some credit there for making it not too, you know, in your face and annoying. So ask yourself, is this really the right time to play another game? Or would I rather, you know, go to bed or do something else? And last but not least, what are you going to do with all the time you may have freed up or not? The last tip. Consider getting other hobbies, meet people, new people, old people who you want to have more to do with, learn a new skill, etc. You would be surprised how much more of a competent player and person you can be if you just set your mind to spending 90 minutes a day doing something else. Why would you want to have other skills, other hobbies? First off, it goes back to who you are, sunk costs, loss aversion. It's really all of the above. If you identify yourself as a person who's not just a League of Legends player, you will be more competent at dealing with stressful situations within League of Legends. If League is not your only identity, there's only so much League you can reasonably play in a day. Plus, there may be many things that are mentally exhausting in your day. Take control of your own time. And there truly are many things you could be doing. For example, there's anime, there's music, there's movies, there's again meeting people. There's learning Japanese, there's learning an instrument, there's the Yang Gang, there's learning all kinds of things, learning to code. I've been looking at learning Python the hard way, personally, and I have been enjoying being a bit better at coding in Python. So I haven't been into coding before, and it is quite approachable. By the way, honorable shout out to this video, 20 settings for your League of Legends Season 10 experience. It's a good one. You know, it inspired me to make this video. However, 2 points, or maybe 3 points that I didn't quite agree with. First off, I don't think it's mandatory for climbing to make your skill bar the smallest size and your minimap the biggest size. The minimap thing is more for learning purposes, and the skill bar size is more of a preference thing. Especially when you have, which I consider mandatory, mana coasts enabled on the skill bar. Also, another one I didn't quite agree with is the NVIDIA color digital vibrance thing. I do not agree with that one because higher contrast on the surroundings takes away from the visual clarity League of Legends has. You don't want everything to be saturated all the time because the amount of information you get from your eyes is so ludicrous that you don't use more than 10% of it at any point in time in the first place. It's about your attention more than anything else, you know. So again, minimap, having it big is good to get used to looking at it, but it doesn't have to be big. You can get the information if you have a good routine, but then again, it helps to build that routine in the first place to make it really big. Possibly, but you could also set yourself a timer to look at it like every 5 seconds, or just make a mental effort to look at it every 5 seconds. Alright, I hope there was something in there that was new to you that you can incorporate in your own League experience. Maybe see you in the future. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy the show. I may be doing more of these videos, not just about League of Legends. I also do League of Legends champion experiences, so you get to know champions you want to play. There's a lot of variety, and I like to share that. See you on the stream maybe. Maybe check out the Patreon if you got coin to spare. Take care, bye bye.